Hey guys, it's Lil Nogi Tales here, and today I'm going to be doing a character analysis on one of my favorite villains of all time, and that is Johan Liebert from Monster. And for me, he's tied for first with Hunter x Hunter's Miriam. But yeah, let's get down to it. And I think I'm going to be breaking this video down into two parts. And yeah, in this analysis, I'm basically gonna cover one, his personality and mental state. Two, a recent, just a recap of his backstory and what happens, afterwards, where we pick up from the present. And three, whether or not he's a product of nature. This is a question brought up mostly a lot in Monster, and that is whether the events in that happened throughout Johan's life shaped him to the monster he is, or if he was born that way. So basically, a question of nature versus nurture. Oh, my hair. And what number was that? Oh, four. I'm gonna be talking about his goals and ideals, basically. And five, just the key relationships he had with major and some minor characters throughout Monster. All right, let's get started with his personality. And the first thing you need to know is he is beautiful. I mean, if any girl takes a look at him, he's their Prince Charming. I mean, what else is there more to say? I mean, he was the subject of crossbreeding, and during that time they were trying to make the perfect soldier, or the perfect leader. I'm sorry, the perfect leader to lead the country into sort of like another Nazi age for after like a second Hitler, sort of. So they got the most beautiful, intelligent people, and that showed through Johan. I mean, I don't like saying, but he's beautiful. He's also extremely intelligent and a fast learner. I mean, he learns different languages. He's studying criminal law in, I forgot, the University of Munich. But basically, he's able to, be top notch in those areas, and also, the economic business, as he's able to. I forgot what it was, but I remember they said that he was controlling the banks at age of 16 or something. The second thing, he's a sociopath. Basically, he doesn't care about the. Well, he knows about the feelings of others, but he just doesn't give a crap. I mean, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care. I mean, actually, he enjoys it. His favorite thing is fear, just straight out fear. And we see that when Tenma interviews one of the old men that he befriends, that Johan befriends when he was staying over at one of his foster parents' house. He said during the war stories, Johan's favorite thing was fear. Johan is also very manipulative. I mean, yeah, he can, that and his charisma can turn anybody into his follower, and his manipulation skills are, I think, top notch. I haven't seen anybody who's more manipulative or skilled at that than he is. I mean, he was able to manipulate Richard Braun, I think that's his name, the detective that was investigating Shuval's son's case, to committing suicide. Well, it was more like persuading him, and manipulate all these other characters just just to have his way. And that's to the next point, and that is he is very charismatic. I mean, his charm, his looks, and his ability to sympathize with anybody, or more like look into their minds and then pretend to sympathize, like with the criminals that he befriends. Roberto, Christoph, which was the other survivor at Kinderheim, and also the guy with the weird glasses. That Gillen. Yeah, Gillen was interviewing. Yeah, he was able to kind of read into their minds and then use that against them and manipulate them. All right, let's get the next thing I want to talk about is a quick briefing of his backstory. And yeah, it's one of the things that I like about Johan Liebert as a character is his just the immense backstory he has, and how he comes up as a mystery at the start of the series. We see him from after Tenma saves him, and we go in this chase to find out who he really is and people say what made him into the monster he is, but I think he was born from it that way. Okay, so his backstory basically starts off with his parents, and like I stated before, they're the subject of crossbreeding. When basically neo Nazis were trying to find the new Hitler to lead their country, to lead the master race back into the fold, and they were planning to have a perfect child. And throughout, the mom and dad, they actually do fall in love, but that was within the testers' plans. So they killed the dad and put the mom away to give birth to the twins. And because of that, the mom grew to hate France Bonaparte. And she stated herself that my twins are gonna kill you. Sort of like her form of revenge, saying that her hatred will go through her twins. And then we go to the Red Rose Mansion, where basically it's the three of them: Anna, Johan, and her mom. And during this time, Anna gets chosen to partake in experiments. Um, and she comes back later on after France lets her go, and shares his story with Johan to the point where he thinks it's his own, and he kind of has that, since he is mentally unstable, he gets those memories as his own. And one thing that I think confuses a lot of people is the reason in the anime or manga that they're both dressed as girls is because the mom wanted people to think that they only had one child, so that they wouldn't be as suspicious, because they had escaped, Red Rose Mansion. Plus, it's practice for Johan's cross-dressing abilities. Just give me a second, guys. So they stay in after the Red Rose Mansion and they move on. Basically, yeah. After Anna tells Johan her story, I mean, they run away, and they run out from Czech, and they basically collapse, I think, at the border of Czech and Germany until they were found by Wolf. And Wolf separates the two twins. He sends Anna to some orphanage and Johan to Kinder 5111 Kinderheim, which was a testing ground where people are basically trying to test conducting experiments on the children to become perfect soldiers. Oh, and during that time, that was when Wolf gave Johan his name, because he saw the picture book, which is the only thing they were holding. During that time, Johan sets the whole program into chaos and basically persuades or manipulates everybody into killing one another. And everybody there is left standing except for him and Kristoff, who we see later on in the series. After that, the I think they were the German figures, yeah, the Lieberts. They come into the fold and they want to adopt Johan, but he wouldn't go without Anna, so the two of them are adopted. And one night, while they were staying, France visits, and he looks at the twins sleeping. Johan catches sight of this, and he kills both the Lieberts in fear, probably. I think probably to because he's afraid that France might come back and take Anna away again. I'm not sure exactly why he killed him, but yeah, that was the reason. Anna sees this, shoots him, and we get to the present. Alright, so let me just briefly summarize the present events. So first, we get to the first episode, and he was saved by Dr. Tenma, our hero. He's pretty overpowered in the medical field. And after that, he was responsible for the murders of, Tenma's superiors, with the candies, so that he would get so that Tenma would get promoted. Then he goes on and kills Nina's parents after, the after Tenma finds out that he's responsible for the middle-aged couple. Yeah, middle-aged couple killings. I'm sorry, okay. So it was the middle-aged couple killings, time skip, and then he kills Nina's parents. and then we get to the arc where the neo-Nazis were waiting for Johan so that he could be the new leader of the country. Then he spends time in Munich, where he reunites Karl and Schuwald, remembers his past after looking at the picture book, and eliminates Richard Braun, who's investigating him. Then he impersonates as Anna. This is in back in Czech. He goes back to Czech to impersonate as Anna to get the videotape from Suki. I forgot his name. And that was basically his first step in engaging in his perfect suicide by eliminating everyone who knows him except for Tenma and Anna. And, during the last arc, he basically drove the town into chaos, and he was shot by that random guy, and he lays in a coma, and that's basically all we know for sure. Alright, I think this video is a little too long, and I'm gonna continue the part in the next video, so stay tuned. And in that video I'll cover his goals, the question of whether he's a product of nature or nurture, and his key relationships. Alright, this little Nogi Tales here, signing out. See you. Bye. Thank you.